work in a cubicle for a living. I don't know, because the guy just got so fed up and he said, you know what, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I have no interest of working like this. And he just, if I don't want to go work, I'm not going to go work. I don't want to pay bills, I'm not going to pay bills. Now, you have to pay bills. I would agree with that. But when it comes to a job that you absolutely hate, I mean, life's short. You got to do something that you really, if not love, just like it. And Peter, who was played by Ron Livingston, he just hated it. And I just thought that was just so cool how he just kind of just said, F it. He went for Jennifer Aniston, which I think is ballsy no matter what your script says. She's pretty beautiful. And I just thought that was really cool. That he just kind of gave up and just, and then the bosses kind of liked him more. So just goes to show, life can be crazy. For the fifth one, out of all these, I'm gonna have to probably say, man, tough call. I'm gonna go with Pulp Fiction. I am probably the last person to ever really see that movie. I know it came out in the mid '90s, but I think '94. But I didn't see it until like last year. I got the Blu-ray because it was cheap as hell at Best Buy. I'm pretty sure, and I just had to see it. And if you can't find it, which I hope you can, but I think it's the fifth from the bottom. But I remember when I watched it, I loved it. I just thought it was so good. And I'm like, why did I spend all this time not seeing this movie? It's just a great movie. John Travolta was great. Samuel, he's always good. Uma Thurman was good in it. It's just one of those movies I never got a chance to see from start to finish, and I just always wanted to. So I think that's why I bought it, and it was cheap. So I really enjoyed that movie. A couple of movies here that I absolutely did not like, that I thought maybe I expected too much, but Nowhere Boy was pretty good. I did mention it before about Aaron Johnson, but it wasn't that great. It was okay. I thought it could have been a little better. Another one I wasn't crazy about, I'm going to have to definitely say The Runaways. I think that's third from the bottom. That was about, I believe, Joan Jett and the Blackhawks, no, wait, who was that about? That was Joan Jett, and it was with that song Cherry Bomb, and I just thought it was boring. I really thought the movie was very boring. Kristen Stewart played Joan Jett, and she was excellent in that. And it's funny about Kristen Stewart. I think she is just so awkward as a person with her interviews. But maybe that's her way of doing it. Maybe that makes people intrigued to watch her. Whatever sells, she does it. But she's so good as Joan Jett, and I liked her, but I thought the movie was terrible. I just could not get into it. All right, my next section here. All right, for top 5, gonna have to say for the very first one, I gotta go Tommy Boy. I know there's a lot of great movies here, and you're probably thinking, why didn't you say Titanic? But I'm not gonna say Titanic is number 1. Tommy Boy is just exceptional. Definitely a great movie. Chris Farley, rest in peace. I loved him as a kid. He made me laugh more than anybody, I think, ever in any movie as a kid. He was so silly and so self-deprecating and, humble, and seemed like a really good guy. But it was just one of those things that I love it every time I see it. I never get tired of it. Number 2, if I would say number 2 in this whole list, I'm going to have to go Titanic. It was a good movie. I remember seeing it with my parents. I think it was the first time I think I saw a naked girl on TV, on a movie screen, and, my parents sitting next to them. It was insanely awkward. But, whatever. But I remember seeing that with Kate Winslet, and I was like, holy smokes. But, excellent movie. Nothing I can say bad about it. Best Picture, I think, 97. My third favorite in this, again, there's a lot of great movies here. You're probably thinking I'm crazy, but I gotta say she's out of my league. It's the only real green case, I think, there. It's almost in the middle. It is so funny. I think Jay Baruchel is the protagonist, and he's so clumsy and so awkward and goofy and scrawny, but he gets an absolute freaking hot chick just for being himself. It just goes to show, if you're just yourself, someone will love you. And if she's really hot, there you go. You got a little plus. But it's such a funny movie, and you got to see it. Filmed a lot in Pittsburgh, and a lot of cool shots. And I've visited Pittsburgh many times with girlfriend and stuff, and just really enjoyed seeing the stuff that I've been to that was filmed there. That's a great movie to check out. Fourth movie, this probably should have been my number 1, but or anyone's number 1, but The Shawshank Redemption, which is right above She's Out of My League. The movie is absolutely just amazing. There is nothing wrong with that movie, and it's just such a great movie. And Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman, he's the narrator, I think, of everybody's life as far as we've been living. And he's just, every time I hear him talk, I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things I really always really liked about him. And number 5. Oh man, it's tough because there's a lot of movies I'm looking at right now that I really did love. I would probably have to say the first Scream. Okay, it's probably one of the first or second horror movies I've talked about so far in this whole thing. But Scream was just a '96 classic. I mean, I wanted to see that so bad in the theater, but I was only like 10, so I really couldn't go. My brother didn't really. I don't think my brother went to go see it, and he's older than me, so I couldn't go with him. But I remember I finally talked my mom into letting me watch it. And I remember I purchased it on pay-per-view back in the day. I think it was like $2.99 for a movie, and I was so pumped up, but I was so scared. I don't know why. Like I don't get scared now, but like I didn't get scared that much that age. But that movie scared me. I just got so freaked out. I remember just running up back and forth up to see my mom. I was like, "Hey, Mom, do you need do you want me to do anything? Do you want me to help you at all? Anything?" She goes, "Mark, go watch the movie." So I was like, "Okay, I'll go watch the movie." But I remember it was such a great movie, and it is a classic series. So anyway, for the very last part, I know this video is long, and I really appreciate it if you watch this. And like I said, I really love movies, and there's just so much to talk about. For my last list here, number 1, right away, I have to go with Training Day. I believe it's the 5th one from the top, or 6th one from the top. One of those movies that I could just watch right away from the start, or from anywhere, and just really enjoy. I just thought that was such a good movie. Denzel was so good in that movie, and I'm not a big Ethan Hawke fan. I thought he was okay in that movie. I really thought there could have been a better casting for Ethan Hawke. I've never been a fan of him. Like I said, and it's nothing personal, but it's just his acting. I never really thought was. I don't know. I just always thought someone was better for that role, and a lot of things that he's done. He was okay in Sinister, but just never was really into him as an actor. Second favorite, I got to say The Town. 3rd from the top. Really love that movie. It was exciting. It was different. It really showed us about Boston. I think it was Charleston they were in, and it really showed us like how things might be, if not at all. But I just really enjoyed that movie. I thought Jeremy Renner, he was so good as Jem in that movie. And sadly, I was kind of hoping he wouldn't die at the end. I was like rooting for him to get away with the money. I think we all down were hoping for the bad guys to win, just because you kind of got to know them and know what shit they've been through. And it's not right to rob and stuff, but like I think we all can be honest and say we kind of rooted for them to like make it through that heist at Fenway Park in Boston. But really, just really love that movie. Third favorite in here, I would definitely have to say. Boy, it's a tough one because there's a lot of good ones. Third favorite, I gotta say Top Gun. I mean, I think every kid watched that movie at my age as a kid. Like, such a classic, I always thought it was funny how Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis were lovers, and it's just, I think Kelly McGillis now is a lesbian, which is fine. But I just think it's funny how, that whole, how they were together. They just didn't look good together. I don't know. It's just my opinion. But I really thought she was good in The Babe with John Goodman. But I just thought that was not the best casting for that, and not just because of where she's at now with things, but I just kind of thought that she just wasn't the best choice for that movie. But she did do a good job as an actress, but I just thought it could have been a better looking girl in that. I'm not just trying to sound shallow. I didn't really buy her role in that. But anyway, it was a great movie. Anthony Edwards was so good as Goose. Iceman, Val Kilmer, he was just such a badass in that movie, and he was just really good in that movie, even though he complained a lot from what I was told. But I just really did like him in that movie. Again, like I don't want to sound bad about Kelly McGillis. I just didn't really like her in that role. I don't know. I just didn't see her and Tom Cruise really meshing well. So for the next movie, I have to say National Lampoon's Vacation. I've seen it so many times. So many times throughout my life, and it's just such a funny movie. And it was a start of so many great movies in the National Lampoon series. And Chevy Chase and Randy Quaid are great. John Candy's cameo was excellent. The guy who was Wally, I always forget his name, but he was in Home Alone 2. He was Duncan's toy chest owner, and he was really good in that, I thought, just at the end. And Beverly D'Angelo is so good in that movie. Anthony Michael Hall was cool. I enjoyed him as Rusty. I don't remember the Audrey's name, real life name, but she was good in that too. It's such a great movie. Always enjoyed it. And for my fifth and last one of this long video, which I'm sorry for if you've been bored, but I just wanted to get through this so we can make many more videos to come and just make them a little shorter. I know Wizard of Oz is right there, but I'm not going to say it. I mean, it's a great movie, but if I would pick something right off the hip here that I would love to watch over and over, I'm going to have to definitely say Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is, I believe, fifth or sixth from the bottom. And that recently just came out on Blu-ray, and I think I got that last week. And they did a great job on how it looks on Blu-ray. It was really good. I really enjoyed that. I thought that movie was so funny as a kid. I used to love doing impressions of Roger Rabbit and as a kid and stuff, and making my older brother laugh and friends and stuff. I just always thought that was a great movie. Bob Hoskins was the perfect role for Eddie Valiant. I mean, he really did a great job as that guy, and I think Christopher Lloyd was just exceptional as the bad guy. Very believable. I mean, he really freaked me out. As that tune or whatever. Yeah, so this is my movie collection, my Blu-ray collection. I have a ton more movies on DVD, but in this world we're doing strictly Blu-ray. But I really enjoyed talking to you guys about my favorite movies. I know this has got a little long, but I wanted to get through this first so we can move on and do shorter ones. But thank you so much for watching, subscribing, and MJones2742 will be back with more uploads. Okay, take it easy. Okay, bye.